So today is a much needed fix-it day. There's a lot of the cars have problems, so everyone's working on fixing stuff today. We got Axel's car. There's actually swapping a motor in it, pulling the motor out to put a different LF in there. We've got Trevor and Ty are working on this car. They've got small problems with the cylinder head.
Yeah. Just small problems. The head's off, but that's easy in a JZ, especially when. Is it easy to pull out in this car? There's so much room.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
That's nice. Not that they're hard to get off in the first place, but with even more. I mean, look at the guy standing in the car here. It's just like, how much easier can this be? I love JZs. This was a good project, man. I'm so proud of you.
I know. Well, and
you guys are awesome.
I don't know what I was gonna do today.
What do you mean?
Like we were thinking about like having a down day because he was like didn't want a down day.
Yeah.
Well, now we don't have a down day. Now we don't have a down day.
Right. That's awesome. And they found a guy locally with the cylinder head, so they're going that route, which is cool. So it's getting a little bit harder to find. Fully rebuilt, ready to go, cylinder head. Definitely makes it easier. I know Aaron's car's been having trouble overheating. So I think what they did is they pulled out the radiator, and they're doing that old trick that I've been doing for a while, is cutting slits in the radiator to make it a true dual pass, and then welding plates in to force the water to cycle around. Dustin had a drive shaft issue. The welds on his aluminum drive shaft were cracking, and I guess they tried to clean it up and run it again, and it cracked even more, so then he shut it down, stopped running it. They got it welded up today. Matt, I don't think has any major problems, maybe small problems, but like his side skirt fell off. That's his problem. That's about it. So my car, we've got a few issues. We've got some weird voltage stuff going on. I'm not 100% sure what's causing it, but basically the ECU will show high voltage, and if we switch the tune, then the ECU shows low voltage. Doesn't make any sense to me. I will figure it out, and I'll update this and explain what happened, but right now, as of now, I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me. We broke that suspension arm, and the alignment's a little bit towed in, so we got to figure that out before we scrub through this tire. But luckily it's not super worn out from the long drive. We got to clean this stuff up. I mean, this car's just getting a little bit more and more hammered. We got to do a nut and bolt check on everything. It's kind of starting to make noise in the suspension. What else? We got to mount the power steering bracket, which is just not mounted right now. And I think that's about it. I know there's more on the list, but it was all minor stuff. So today's a down day. Probably make a short video, but I've got a lot of editing to do too, so I'm gonna try and do that while the car's getting worked on.